餃子に2枚、オムライス、チャーシュー麺、チャーハン、中華麺お願いします。
これセットだよね。
I love omelette rice. The size and taste is great. We're old folks, so we love old school omelette rice.
いいよ。はい、うまくいった。今日は特によくできるよ。
Great taste is guaranteed. The vibe and the people are both bright.
美味しいですよ。カツ丼です。
大盛りの方でラーメン。いいもやしラーメンですね。ニラとネギ。
あとヒレね。
太麺が4つ出るね。はい、チャーシュー。はい、中華麺で。
中華麺。
ありがとうございます。いい。味噌汁粉。
はい、カツカレーです。
味噌、ラーメン、五目の塩。いらっしゃいないと大丈夫ですか？これは50円だよね。悪いですね。
Fujikyu Shokudo. A thriving Chinese-style izakaya in Takasaki City, Gunma. With such a clean showcase, you know the service is reliable. Starting from pre-opening preparations. The old-school menu. How many gyoza do you make in a week? A whole bunch. I've never counted, but... We make skin every 2 days. Making gyoza from the skin is tough. Back in the day, Grandpa and Grandma used to stretch the skin by hand. Now we use this old thing to stretch it out. Since when has it been in use? For quite a long time, really. Hideaki Saito, the second generation owner. 30 to 40 years. If it breaks, we're screwed. Parts aren't sold anymore, I heard. What makes these gyoza special? Well, it's the way we use garlic that makes them special. The garlic and the vegetables have been handled this way since the last generation, so that the taste remains the same. Try them later. Since when have you been in business? How many years has it been? 40? Altogether, Masako, the first generation owner. Around 46 years. I started when I was 19, and I'm 75 now, so I think we opened Showa 41. It's been so long, everybody's forgotten. Why did you open the shop? In Takasaki, there's a shop called Fujikyu, kind of like this one. My husband was working a different job. He had a lot of time in between, so he worked at Fujikyu part-time. And as he was working there, he felt like opening a shop himself, so they helped us establish a new branch. What happened to the original owner? He passed away, and so did his son. The original shop isn't around anymore. There used to be 4 shops, including this one, but everybody closed down. The one over there too, at the pachinko parlor. This shop stands alone as the current Fujikyu. Had any tough experiences? We had, yes. There were no guests when we opened up. We just stood still and waited, but they started coming eventually. We were young back then, after all. Did you do anything in particular that brought in guests? What would you call it? It's an old thing, so... shogi and that kind of stuff. There were a bunch of people who were into that. So they were playing shogi as they were eating here. They took it easy. Difficult to imagine these days. They would play till late. How old are you and your husband? So I'm 75, and he's 79. I didn't expect to live this long. Do you ever get into arguments? It's been so long, I've forgotten all about those. We were just ordinary people back then. We could make use of what my husband had learned, like gyoza and so on. They taught us everything, and we prepared everything ourselves. At first, we weren't sure whether people would like it. Ramen was 40 yen, and curry rice 70 yen. That's how we started out. They went through rough times back then, but it looks like they also had some fun. While having relocated, they've been in the business for over 50 years. This is what the seating's like. What time do you start in the morning? Kota, the third generation owner. I'm here from 8:30. I always leave at about... well, we close at 8. Last orders at the same time. Then we clean up at 9. So I'm here till 10 sometimes. Everybody has breakfast before doors are open. They also tasted my shop's gyoza. I was also treated to a tasty breakfast. Their house is located behind the shop. Their home, impressively beautiful. A ceiling fan makes for a stylish lighting choice. Let me join this family breakfast. With lots of delightful little dishes. Akio, the first generation owner. Thank you for the meal. Let's also share some of my shop's gyoza. From skin to filling, all handmade. They're filled with juice, just like steamed buns. Ruriko, second generation owner. On a side note, their homegrown shumai are also a bestseller. Fried eggs, made by a Ruriko. Very close as a couple. Are you busy on weekends? It's busy. You all look so gloomy just thinking about how busy it gets. What are your guests like? All of them really. Ever since we started popping up on YouTube and TV, more and more young people have started coming. What are you careful about when working? Whenever I manage the hall, I keep a smile on my face and approach the guests if there's something. So that they decide to come again. For me, it's working fast, safely, and tasty. The kitchen is a bit cramped, so we try not to smash into anything. Me and Kota always work side by side. My butt is being touched a lot recently. My hands go there accidentally. I always say sorry. We do the same thing each morning, without growing tired. He enjoys work the most. He cracks weird jokes. 80% is preparations. 20% is orders. Most of it is preparing. Business hours are short after all. And here comes the shop's pretty face. Since when have you been working here? Anzu, the poster girl. Ever since my first year of high school. It's been 4 or 5 years. Was this your first part-time job? Yeah, it was. What was the occasion? My grandma, my mom, and my older sister were all working here part-time. So your family helped you out? Yes, they did. Anything tough about this job? All of it is tough. Especially when it's packed. Working the hall is hard. Is it gonna be busy this weekend? I guess it will. It was busy yesterday.
今日も混むんじゃないか。
They've been doing deliveries for many years.
わかんない。
Do you get many orders for delivery?
その結構件数あるんですか？
It's a considerable amount, but we don't get that many on weekdays. They do pile up on the weekends, though. They're difficult to deal with. The phone rings and they just suddenly come in. Everybody wants to have lunch at noon, so that's when they all come in at once. But we'd have to worry about sales if we didn't get them. Deliveries alone are a ton of work. It's difficult. What are some popular dishes? Yakiniku teishoku. We introduced ginger fried pork teishoku and raised the prices at the same time, because gas is also where the money goes. Do you charge extra for deliveries? Not at all. They're the same price as the shop menu. Back in the day, we could manage like that.
よかったんですよ。
今ガソリン代もかなり
But gas costs a lot these days. Back in the day, we could manage like that. But gas costs a lot these days. We gotta go back and forth twice to collect the used dishes. Especially these days, there's not much we can do. Especially these days, there's not much we can do. But as long as we make the guests happy. Especially these days, there's not much we can do. But as long as we make the guests happy. Even though gas is pricey, they don't cut down on the amount they deliver. Have rising material costs affected you? Ingredients have gone up too, haven't they? It's hard on us. Cause everything's been affected. Did you raise any prices? Well, yeah. Quite recently. We changed them in July. The guests understand. Even if I go on deliveries, people ask me if we haven't raised them. Thankfully, the guests are okay with it. They know we don't have a choice. Our ramen used to be at 550 yen. Now it's 600 yen. We raised the rest by 50 yen as well. It was cheaper originally. Gyoza also used to be just 300 yen. Does the current taste stay true to the previous generation? That's right. We've been doing it the same way ever since. And we're not thinking about changing it either. This place doesn't always get the used dishes out in time.
ああ、ここはアパートなんですよね。
They're not out yet, so we'll come back later.
今あります。
It makes work easy for us. If they place the dishes outside in time. But I think the next one will have them out. There they are. Dishes are returned box by box. He collects them one at a time.
あと1件ですね。あと1件やったら買いましょう。
Sometimes people place new orders while the dishes are gathered.
ありがとうございました。すみません。予選予想の
注文ですか？
We got a new order. It's omelet rice. We got back in one piece.
ただいま帰ってきました。
あ、じいちゃんがね、かあいところずっと欲しいって待ってたよ。
This is gyoza skin. The first generation is now preparing the gyoza skin.
ちょうどいい時。
How many skins can be made with that?
できるんですか？
How many would that be? Depends on how they're needed that day.
これ方によって
Depends on whether they're soft or hard.
早い時と
And on the climate.
そうなんです
So
ね。
the number changes.
よいしょ。
あ、でも綺麗ですね。
ね、
うん。
うまくできた。
If they're too small, wrapping them gets difficult. So you gotta firmly push down
そうそう。
大きくして。
うん、大きく
and make them bigger. Gyoza are easy to make.
で、このように並べといて。よいしょ。よいしょ。
The second generation is wrapping the gyoza at the same time.
そうそうそう。できるようにね、やればいいんだよ。
What's the trick to wrapping them? Feeling. Make sure the number of grams is pretty much the same and that the filling stays in. Don't let any air get trapped.
あんまり入らないように
So get both ends and pinch them together here.
ここをね、つまんでみたりとか。
Rolls are assigned and preparations continue. I got some coffee.
結構濃いからね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
The seating area is also ready and set. Opening of the shop.
何できっこないじゃん。ここ使ってんの。
できるよ。もうあと1枚とかできる。
まだ型が使えないからちょっとできません。
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
こんにちは。毎度。
はい、いらっしゃい。
おいでよ。
はい、と。
はい。
神田さん、野菜があります。
びっくりした。何が来たの。
いい香りですね。
ね、セットです。これでラーメンがつきます。
すいません、焼き肉丼のセット。
Mini yakiniku, donburi, and ramen set. Phone orders also coming in.
ちょっと待ってね。親子が。
Vegetable stir fry.
親子と餃子煮とカツ丼にね、てるこちゃんち。このぐらいでも大丈夫だって。11時半回ったぐらいで。
すいません、野菜炒めて。
Vegetable stir fry teishoku. Gyoza.
めちゃくちゃうまい。こんな美味しいコーヒー初めてだよ。入り方がいいね。はい。
これ私の。
どうもありがとうございます。
すみません、ありがとうございます。
どうもすいません。ありがとうございます。これ記念セットだよね。
Ramen. Katsudon.
何もしないです。
そうそう。
これ大盛りの方でラーメン。
Ramen. Large serving.
お願いします。セットですね。
Mini hire katsudon and ramen set.
お願いします。
Yakisoba.
お味噌汁ください。ちょっとびっくりした。なんか伸びてると思う。 あっちがでかいんだ。白い剣はあれはレベルだもん。どうもありがとうございます。本当うまい。猫ちゃん。
テンション上げてやらしたね。
これふんわり。
Omelet rice.
確かに。
前の鍋が朝起きてるかなと思ったら。
Chinese rice bowl.
よいしょ、凝っちゃったね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
カツ丼です。
あ、美味しそうですね。
美味しいですよ。はい、これ出前に行きます。2個ね。
はい、じゃあ丸井さん行ってくるよ。
Let's talk to some of the guests. I've been coming here ever since they opened this shop.
そうですね、も
A little over 30 years, I guess.
うだと思うんですけど、
I had vegetable stir-fried teishoku and gyoza. People in the neighborhood know about these tasty gyoza.
ますからね。結構テイク
There are also people who get takeout.
るんですよね。
繁盛の一番の秘訣ってどういうところだと思われますか？
やっぱり
The vibe and the people are both bright. And great taste is guaranteed.
そういったところですかね。
That's what makes them successful.
続けて
Keep the place going with a smile and keep up the great taste. Do your best.
はい、いらっしゃい。奥の方どうぞ。いらっしゃいませ。
はい、電話だ。
はい、藤木です。はい、料理やってますよ。は
よいしょ。これで。
い、はい。はい、お世話になってます。
大丈夫。
はい。
おそらしい。 もうね。
あ、美味しそうですね。
はい、これね、おつゆが多いとキャベツまでみんな食べてくれる。はい、お願いします。
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
このね、肉がね、昨日だっけな、あれ食べたお客さんが「あ、柔らかくて美味しいですね」って言われた。ヒレなんだけど。
綺麗ですか？
ヒレ。
あーいいですね
もうね、なんと本当のあれだよね。サービスって言えないけど。普通の人を見てる。はい、一つ上がりです。
はい。
空いてる席どうぞ。お店の上どうぞ。
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
はい、 ちょうどいい。
Bean sprout ramen.
3軒行くから遅いよね、出前がね。カツ丼です。はい、カツ丼です。
もやしとにらめきと、あとワンタン麺とワンタン麺、もやしなぎワンタン麺、あと野菜ラーメン。オッケ
つもあるんかい。忙しいな、ばあさん。
Ramen with vegetables.
はーい。いいもやしラーメン。
Bean sprout ramen.
ちょっとつけれる？
カレーオムライス
ニラとネギ。
Nira green onion ramen.
ワンタン麺。
Wonton men.
あとヒレね。ヒレと。
Mini curry katsudon. Mini yakiniku donburi.
はい。
のお味噌汁。はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。太麺が4つ出るね。わかりました。で、この赤いのは単品ラーメン2個出るからね。オムライス負ける？負けたか？オムライスはもう出ましたよ。家のオムライスあるんじゃない？あるよ。
すいません、ラーメンお願いします。
もういきます。はい、お願いします。めちゃくちゃなんかいっぱいあったね。
ばあちゃん、本当はホットなんだよね。そうだよ。ホットの甘いやつがね。
もっちゃん、はい、あんお願いします。もう上がるの？もう上がりましたよ。
あ、包丁が重たい。オムライスがいきますね。はい。いいよ。はい、うまくいった。はい。はいやー。綺麗ですよね。焦げ目なくて。ほれ。はいよ。取れよ。もうね、ポンポン。
食バターで3つだ。あ、1個でいいんだよ。上がる？
焼肉定食はもうこのでいい大丈夫？
そう、そこないね。
はい。あ、先に。あ、じゃあ4倍いきます。はい。決まった。
お店はよくいらっしゃるんで。
Me personally, I come here almost every week. I got omelet rice today.
みーちゃんどうだった？だって
Was it tasty?
ああ、いい顔。通ってる理由ってどういうところなんですか？
Oh, it was. And the gyoza too. Everything's tasty.
おすすめのメニューとかお好きなメニューございますか？
And the niratama ramen.
最高ですね。
ああ、いいですね。繁盛の秘訣はどういうところだと思われますか？
Everyone in the family is really close. And today I brought my family. I wanted my granddaughter to try it.
そうなんですね。美味しい？
美味しい。
美味しい？ああ、よかったね。よかったね。
Everybody's giving it their all. Please take care of yourself. And please keep making tasty ramen.
はい、セット麺です。
オムライスと片焼きです。
はい、やってますよ。何時？12時半だ。確かに。ありがとうございます。決まってますよ。餃子が10個。
すいません、餃子とヒレカツなんです。
はい。
そのうち見つかる。それ
はい。
じゃあいい。
Crispy yakisoba.
味噌汁1個ください。
This one isn't on the menu, but it can be ordered as a special request.
だよ。
やだ、ぐちゃぐちゃ。
Gomok soba.
はい。
失礼します。はい、すみません。ヒレセットのお客様。
Perfect score for the size.
はい、これで今タレがかかりますね。人がいるんですよ。
すごいですね。
これがね、美味しいの。
ヒレセット2つ
はい。これね、
Pork stomach.
内川さんって人が12時半に3個取りきます。
これかな。
お願いします。
じゃあちょっとですよ。あ、次よ。
Ramen.
ありがとう。いいじゃん、持ってけろ。
どうでした？美味しい。
待ってた。お前がさ、大きすぎんだよ。
ヒレが出た。
こちらのお店を知ったきっかけってどういうところ？
It's on the side of the road, and it looked like a good place to eat. So we thought about stopping by. It's constantly packed. It's pretty difficult getting in. But the reason they're packed is definitely because it's so tasty. I love omelet rice, so I tried it here, and it instantly became my favorite.
じゃあ今日召し上がる。
Oh, I did get omelet rice today. It's not like it's a tough decision. It's my go-to meal. It's so tasty, and the amount is staggering. We're old folks, so we love old-school omelet rice. Nowadays, it's too fluffy and melty. That's not how I like my eggs. But here they make them old school. And the taste is great too.
繁盛の秘訣ってどういうところだと思われますか？
The taste makes them successful. It's really good. Everybody working here is really sociable too. So while they were busy, I tried to order crispy yakisoba. But they had to decline the order at first because of how busy it was. But afterwards, they came back and actually asked me if I'd like to order them now. Their service is fantastic.
片焼きそばっていうのはメニューには載ってなかったですよ。
Yeah, they only had normal yakisoba, but she still went ahead and asked, but came back and said they can't serve them when they're this busy. So the order was declined, but then afterwards she came back and asked whether I'd like to order them now. So I got them, and the taste was exceptionally good. We come here occasionally, so from here on, keep it up, and keep serving those delicious meals. I hope you guys will be around for a long time to come. Please don't stop making that delicious food of yours. 味噌ラーメン。
味噌ラーメン。
大丈夫ですか？
People with walking difficulty are offered assistance to enter the shop.
もう何年も経つけどね。
ゆっくりでしょ。ゆっくりでしょ。はい。前だと見て。
はい、いらっしゃいませ。
チャーシュー麺。Chinese noodles.
はい、切れました。
What do you make the soup with? For the soup, pig bones. The rest is mostly vegetables. Also kelp and dried bonito flakes. It's unchanged. No difference whatsoever.
餃子に2枚、オムライス、チャーシュー麺、チャーハン、中華麺お願いします。
ない？一匹しかいないから。いいですよ。
How are you doing in terms of customer numbers today? It's not hotter than yesterday. So lots of people are coming, all at once. What are you careful about? What am I careful about? I don't know. Being gentle and careful.
そうですね、5時からなので、もしよかったら、はい。
Fried rice.
はい。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいました。あ、こんにちは。メンバーが違う。あれ、そうなん。
ありがとうございます。
ちゃちゃちゃ。
さっきのお客さんももう午前はオムライスしか食べないって。
あ、そうですか。うん。はい、お願い。今日は特によくできるよ。はいや。ほら、ほら。
ナイスで
オムライス作る時のコツとかありますか？
卵ね、よく溶くとね、いいみたいね。オムライスはもっとよく溶くと綺麗に上がるんね。ほら、はいよ。お味噌汁溶くよ。ワンタン。
お願いします。
はい、カツ丼が1つ。
私じゃありません。かなちゃんです。それは。
何です。かなさんの。
はい、じゃあ後で持ってきます。はい。ありがとうございます。すいません、焼肉定食になります。美味しそう。
焼肉定食、
めっちゃうまそうじゃんそれ。
ヒレカツ定食、
はい、すいません、失礼します。はい、どうぞ。
誰かわかんない。
はい、カツカレーです。
カツカレー、
すいません、カツカレーになります。
私ね、そっち側の。もうないよ。
味噌ラーメン、
もうない。
ラーメン、五目ラーメン、
上の3か。オーケー。じゃあ
なんかでさ、
2番。3番だ。
はい。
どうしてお店を知ったんですか？
I looked it up on Google. I was in the mood for gyoza, so I stopped by. Yakiniku teishoku, hirekatsu teishoku, and 3 whole servings of gyoza. It was so huge. The gyoza were so tasty too, and were filled to the brim with vegetables. They're really worth trying. The beer goes down your throat smoothly.
繁盛の秘訣ってどういうところだと思われますか？
You're served quickly. And the immense servings, of course. Also, their prices are cheap. Those 3 things are all present. They have spirit. What? It was great, so we'll come again.
どんです。白身がね、真ん中にぐっとうまそうなの。はい、出前です。はい、出前です。はい、出前だよ。はい。
びっくりした。ちょっと行ってきます。
はい。
ここです。いいですか。
すいません。
Any plans for the future? Well, my son's family will take over, so how long are you planning to work here? I want to quit as soon as I can, but
今にでもやめたいんだけど。
they won't let me. There's this and that. It's been decades already. If you were free, what would you do? There's nothing really. I'm not into traveling that much.
まああれだよね。
It'd be nice if I could play some pachinko though. Pachinko is my thing. When I lose tens of thousands of yen.
だけどもうそれも。
Maybe I'd be alright with that. I wonder what I'd do without work. This shop is something we started, so we'll do as much as we can.
でもまあこれだけ
The success is running the business properly is a relief.
最近は難しいですからね。
ですよね。
すいませんね。
ありがとうございました。
Let me order something too. Spicy ramen.
はい。生酒。ニラ玉です。
すいません、餃子とニラ玉ラーメン。
Niratama ramen. Gyoza. These gyoza come with a great taste of garlic. too good. Roasted pork isn't usually included, but they treated me to some. Superb balance of flavor and thickness. No wonder it's recommended by regulars. Cheap, tasty, and bright. I'll definitely come again. What makes guests come here? Tough question. Cheap, tasty, and quick service. We've got those three essential things. And handsome men and pretty girls. Our faces alone makes them choose this place. I just keep doing the same thing each day. I think that's nice. The taste also remains unchanged. The masks stay on. Please support them with a comment. Extra scene after this.
ちょっとお客様に何か一言。
じゃあばあちゃんってください。
ばあちゃんだ。なんで？こればあちゃんみたい。
あ、そうですね。おかみ行きましょう。
お客様いつもご利用ありがとうございます。またみんなでお越しください。それからバイトのあんちゃんは一生懸命してくれるので助かってます。よろしくお願いします。
待ってます。
待ってます。